NFC East is the NFC has to worry, but particularly the NFC East. Cowboys are in fucking shambles.
Yeah.
The Giants were on the comeback. The Commanders, they're on the they're up there, but
they're up
they
there.
still got to worry about the Eagles. Yeah. And then you got who to say Giants, Commanders, Cowboys. Who's the fourth one? Oh, the Eagles, yeah. So let's talk a little Giants, man.
Let's get into it.
I love the Giants. You see what I'm rocking. You know how I get down. You know who I rep. Giants, number one priority, right? They have holes to fill just like the Jets, but the number one priority this year is QB. Dable and Shane were given the lukewarm vote of confidence this year by John Mara. You know what I'm saying? But to me, there's a clause attached to that. You're gone. You're a ghost if you don't have some type of tangible fucking results this year. Now, I don't think they have to go out and win, 12 games or no shit, right? But I think you have to see an improvement on offense. You know what I'm saying? The creativity on offense and on the defense side of the ball as well. But we all know number one priority for the Giants is the quarterback, Dable and Shane. I can't see them going out like Willie Lump without a fucking quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You're hearing rumblings about. Well, last week you're hearing these rumblings about Matthew Stafford, right? And if that's the route you're gonna go, in my opinion, if you're gonna go Matt Stafford, right, he's gonna want some bread. He's gonna want a couple of years on this deal. I think he has a lot left in the tank still. We saw him against the Eagles. Shit, he almost beat the fucking Eagles. Made a mistake at the end, but they're definitely better than Patrick Mahomes if you really want to go there. But if you're gonna go the Stafford route, I think, obviously you're not. He's more than a bridge guy. You're not going to get Stafford and then go ahead and get Shador Sanders or Cam Ward or whoever's available at that 3 spot. Couple of reasons. If Stafford gets 2 to 3 years, I doubt you're paying him all that money. He still has shit left in the tank. I don't think you're going to sit Cam Ward or Shador Sanders on a bench for 3 years on a rookie deal, not knowing what you really have in these guys. So, you know what I mean? So, because they come off they trade, excuse me, I'm getting all jumbled up. Matthew Stafford leaves after the 3 years. Now you got 2 years left or a year left to pay these two guys. And you don't really know what you have. So don't see that coming. I think they'll go somewhere else at number 3. Maybe go for a guy late in the second round. The other option would be Russell Wilson. He's probably going to come on the cheap. I don't think you're going to get him for $1 million and some change like the Steelers did because Denver was absorbing a lot of that fucking crazy $30 million contract that he had. But I think those are probably. I heard that both of them want to be Giants. Matthew Stafford's wife has a podcast. I think they just hired her brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Her brother, his brother-in-law.
His brother-in-law.
So that's some Jalen Brunson type of shit, hiring the pops to come over here. Russell Wilson has been saying since the Seattle days he would love to be a Giant. I believe Sierra wants to move to New York. This is a good market. Like for years, everyone was shitting on this market, but you come to New York and you do good things. Your brand goes
Sky's the limit
level. I don't give a fuck what you say. New York, Chicago, LA. Right. Your level, your celebrity goes to a different level and the opportunities are limitless. Look at Cat. Right, exactly. So
I heard Cat owns like 30 bodegas already in New York.
Right? It's crazy. so you got
Chop cheese Cat.
Yeah, exactly. Playing dominoes outside. I think I seen him in Washington Heights playing dominoes.
Copy cool.
But listen, same list of suspects. Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, Matthew Stafford doing in the mix. That intrigues me. I sign for that right now. If you say Matthew Stafford and take a flyer on a second round guy, whoever that might be, I'll leave it up to Mo Kiper and them and the Giant scouts and all that. And just the usual suspects. Q, I'm gonna go to you first. If you're Joe Shane and you are Dable, pretty much your career as a Giants coach and GM is contingent upon some type of success, predominantly starting with the QB. Who do you go out and get?
I think without any question, I think you have to go for Matthew Stafford. You got to try to figure a way to get him over here because you need to win, and they need to win now because, like I said, they get 1 more year. Like, I wanted them fired this season. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of this already. Like, they need to make some adjustments, and I think Matthew Stafford gives us the best chance to win these games. We need to score some touchdowns. Like, I feel like all of our quarterbacks, like, just barely, like, scraping by. Like, I just don't know what's happening. And we do have a decent weapon with Malik Neighbors. We have a good young running back with Tracy. You know, I think we have the necessary pieces, but you're gonna lose the locker room when these teams start losing. Like, you know, it's the same thing that happened with the Jets. You start losing and then they fire their head coach. I think they wanted to keep these guys, but the only way you keep them is if they win, and they need to win and need to win right now. And I think signing him for like 2 to 3 years and then maybe getting a quarterback next year, because I know the next draft is going to be more quarterback heavy. Maybe we draft somebody in that draft, you know, to sit behind, you know, Matthew Stafford for another year or so, and that'll just be interesting. It almost seems like they're like aiming to get a Manning. You know what I mean? Like, what was his name? Archie Manning or something like
Arch
that.
Manning,
Yeah,
Arch,
Manning. Yeah, Arch Manning.
I don't. I know he's the. Go ahead, man.
But wouldn't it just be like funny? Like, it just seems like it'll be good for like the generation of, like, you know. But I kind of want to see Matthew Stafford here. We know homie can throw the ball down the field. So, you know, and I think Malik Neighbors needs to be unleashed as well. He couldn't do it with Daniel Jones. He couldn't do it with Tyrod Taylor. You know, I mean, what's his name? Tommy DeVito, like Drew Lock. Like, come on, man. Like, this
throw that
guy,
garbage out, man.
this guy needs somebody to just take a chance, sling the ball down the field, and do what you got to do. And then we need somebody to sit behind him for just 1 year. You know, like, it would be great if we can actually get, you know, Matthew Stafford for like 2 years and have, you know, Shador or Cam, you know, if they do that this year, sit behind for a year. But if we're not going to be able to get him and we don't lose the third pick, I don't think we need to give up our pick for Matthew Stafford. It would be great for us to keep that pick and beef up maybe somebody in a cornerback, you know, or somebody on the O line. You know, like, I think those are some of the two of the biggest needs we need, because our secondary is fucking atrocious, and we have nobody to, you know, give the, you know, Tracy a lane to run through. We saw how well Saquon, you know, was successful in the Eagles, and look what it is. It starts at the O line. We need protection. We need somebody to create the gaps so that these guys can gain those yards. But, you know, my opinion, I'm going for Matthew Stafford. I just don't want to give up, you know, all my capital to get him as well, because you got to be smart in order to make that type of move. And hopefully, and if they do that and they get over 500, then, you know, then Dable and Shane are going to stay another couple of years. But they have another horrible season, they're going to be cut. They're going to be unemployed in 2026.
I agree. I'm gonna throw up his stats real quick. I agree with Stafford. Only thing I might not agree with is I don't think he gets the ball downfield as much as it looks like. You know what I'm saying? He does get the ball down. We've seen it, but look at some of his stats, man. Passing TDs, 15th in the league. Interceptions, 8th. Passing yards, he was 13th in the league at, you know, basically 3,700. Look at the deep passes right here. 65 attempts, 28 completions, 43.1%. Anything plus, you know, 20 plus yards down the field.
But can you blame him though? Because, like, people need to understand, Puka was hurt half the season, and Cooper Kupp is not the same Cooper Kupp that we all know. So that's why that stat is down.
I don't think he has a noodle arm. I think he can get the ball down the field. It's also you know, it's also scheme. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't run. You just look at that rushing touchdown, scramble yards, you know, bottom of the league, obviously. So, you know, in a day and age where you want some mobility, he doesn't really give you that. Average time to throw, look at this, if you see on the right-hand side. Average time to throw, he was 53rd at 2.63 seconds. Now, Q, you just said with an offensive line like that, that's better than it was, but still not cream of the crop. That might be a little bit of issue. You might hold on to the ball too long. But, Jay, let me ask you this. I think I would like to go Russell Wilson. If you're the GM of the Giants, same question to you. You know, where are you going at quarterback?
I'm going with Q. I'm going with Matthew Stafford. I think Matthew Stafford is absolutely the right fit. You know, you go and if you have the option, then you take the Travis Hunter. You don't take a Shador or a Cam.
You don't go Drew Carter. You don't do that.
No.
Okay.
No. I think you take Travis if he's available. You know, shore up that defense a little bit.
Where'd you put him? On D?
Not you put him on defense. No, you put him on defense. You have wide receivers. You have good wide receivers. You got Wandell, you got Slayton, you got Neighbors. Those guys
Slayton might be gone, but yeah.
Maybe. But if not,
he's got good hands.
Yeah, you know.
we got Theo Johnson. You know, Theo Johnson's a great.
Don't you start that shit.
He got good
hands.
He got
great hands. You know what's funny, yo? The other day, when me and Jay did this show, he was talking about the hands. I didn't even cut him off. I was like, I'm gonna let him live. He's like, yeah, I got great hands.
That's a classic moment. Straight anyway, not to cut you off, guys.
Nah, don't worry. He said, you know, then you got Tracy coming out of backfield. You break his fucking arm so he stops fumbling. And then at the end of the day, you know, you have a sure offense right there when you look at it through that lens. But I think that's the route to take. I would be interested to see what that looks like. You'll also, like you said, have a happy Matthew Stafford because his wife will be happy and she'll stop fucking talking, right? And the brother-in-law, that connection will be good. Everybody, feels good when they play good when they feel good. And New York is the right place right now. Now, I am gonna push back. You said that you think that they don't need 12 wins. I think they absolutely fucking need 12 wins in order to stay employed. Dable and Shane.
12 was a lot. 12 was a lot.
But that's what it is at this point.
I'll
That's
settle
what
for
it
In
is.
that
10.
division too.
That's what they need, bro. And I don't think they get that with Shador or Cam. I'm being real honest with you. They're not like those guys are like. Think about this. And I had an argument not an argument. I had a very spirited fucking debate with one of my friends yesterday talking about this shit because he was like, "Yo, they need to take Cam." He's also a Giants fan. They need to take Cam or they need to take Shador rather than go the Matthew Stafford route. And I said, "Well, think about this. What the fuck do you think?" He's like, "Well, they'll put asses in the seat and they'll help." I said, "Motherfuckers don't care about ass in the seat. Motherfuckers care about wins and losses. Nobody is in this game to fucking put asses in seats. The wins will put the asses in the seats, right? We don't go and hire, a name on a college quarterback and hope that he puts asses in the seats." I said, when's the last time you saw a really good rookie quarterback take a team somewhere other than what we just saw with C.J. Stroud the year before, and of course with
Jaden Daniels.
With Jaden Daniels this year that just passed. Other than that, you don't really see a rookie come in and light it up that way to the point where they're in AFC or NFC championships.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, what if they do? Fucking Dable and Shane don't have a what if they do type of time. They don't have that type of what if they do type time.
That's what I don't like, though. I don't like that. Are you looking out for the best interest of the Giants, or are you looking out for your best interest? The two are not mutually exclusive. I don't like that at all, man. That's you're to me, you're compromised, and it's a conflict of interest in terms of the philosophy of the New York Giants. So